Building a dam on the beach with my youngest using the broken backs of black tar and yellow sandstone crabs. We've gone into this session kind of fully loaded, which has been really good. We've had 14 songs or 15 songs actually ready to go. Normally when I do a record, I've got 10 if I'm lucky, and they all have to be good. There's three sides to the record really. There's Dougie Paul, my bass player, died last year, which was very sad. So there are some songs about the Dukester on that record. Then most of my life is spent with my family, with my children. So there are songs about my kids in the record. But because the songs about the Dukester, they're nice, good songs, but they're quite sad. I thought, well, we should have some other stuff in there. So I've tried to bring in some songs which are a bit more light-hearted, just to lighten the feel of the album.
Find a bottle and inside there no talks of 1 in a million. From 1 mile up the coast, and there's a number I could call, but I am too shallow for the tears and confusion that surely would follow.
And it's Father dear, why are you leaving me here alone? This is love and it's all that I have. I have lived through this with you and we shall all see it through. But it's love and it's all I understand. The first person who's on this record was Emma Smith, who's played with me for years and years and years. So she was always going to be there. And then John Thorne, he's the double bass player who I got in to replace Dougie when Dougie died. And John is an extraordinary musician. We always had those two. Then I was on tour with the Pictures Trail. Johnny's a good foil of mine. He's a guy who I like to talk to and get ideas from. He's always got interesting ideas from angles which I don't normally consider.
And there's a number I could call, but I am too shallow for the tears and confusion that surely would fall.
When I was talking about this new record, how I wanted to try something different, I always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to try a record with voices, with different voices in. And originally it was going to be an album of traditional folk songs, a cappella, but then it turned out to be an album of pop songs like mine. And I always thought I wanted Johnny there, because Johnny's got a great voice. But the original idea was there was going to be 2 guys and 2 girls, plus me. And I said, well, what about Alexis? Alexis Taylor from Hot Chip, he's got a great voice. They said, well, why don't we get Hot Chip to do the album? And we got quite excited about that. We were driving along the M4, yeah, we'll get Hot Chip to do the album, never thinking that either of them would say yes. And then we asked, and Alexis said yes, which was really cool. And then we just had to get the female singer. And I always wanted to work with Kate Tunstall, because I've known her since way back in the day. So I thought, well, I can ask her, and it'll be asking for the right reasons, which is for her incredible voice. And she said yes straight away, which was very flattering, and she's been amazing during these sessions. She's been extraordinary.
It's always great fun working with James. I've toured with him tons over the last 10 years that I've known him. We've done countless tours together, and but I've never recorded on any of his records. So the timing just seemed right. With what Alexis is going to add to it, I think it's going to make for a really, really interesting record.
But I am too shallow for the tears and confusion that surely would fall.
Although I'm producing it, there's quite a lot that has been sort of chosen and set up by James already. So I see my role as to try and make good suggestions where necessary and to allow the songs to kind of be recorded in the best context. I'm playing on the record as well as producing it, so I'm playing synthesizers, drum machines, electric guitar, and piano so far. I mean, I'm trying to just actually play things that are fairly subtle but that have a kind of sound of their own that you don't really expect on this record, but place them in the right way so that they make an interesting sort of palette of sounds.
I have the easy out, the easy route to honey on thigh. Because I couldn't straddle a goat or spear a fish, I must insist on playing. So what we've been doing is we just sit around in a circle first and we work out the harmonies, and Kate's been amazing at that, at telling myself and Johnny what to sing, because she's a different class when it comes to it. And Johnny's got an amazing voice as well, a sort of castrato voice, and he's been sitting on top. And then once we get the harmonies sorted out with Emma as well, we just sit down and play. And because everyone's such amazing musicians, it's working really well, and it's giving the album a very nice live feel, but not live as in live at the LA Bowl, more like live, just a warmth and a human element to it.
If I run to the sea, I will escape the heat of the land. If I run to the land, I will escape the heat of the sea. If I could just pretend that these were younger days, if I could just pretend.
Being on Domino and having the freedom to make records, it's an incredible privilege, and I feel very lucky that I get the chance to do every album. And I still, as I approach every album, I still try and make it my best album. This album's going to be another album that I can be proud of to have in my back catalogue, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there and playing the songs and hoping that people will enjoy it as much as I do. And I hope there's as much fun in the record as we've had whilst making the record.